Happy Saturday and welcome to my cake kitchen. I am Gladys, and over here I make simple, informative tutorials to help you navigate baking and decorating easily. We are back on a live. I didn't tell the chat or I was announcing my presence at all because I had a very busy day this Saturday. So if you see me for the first time, we are simply going to cover this cake with ganache. It's a semi-naked cake. As you can see, this is a naked cake. I baked it right here. We put it together. Well, I baked it here, leveled it out, and I've just put it together off camera. And then I'm just back to cover this cake in ganache. Now, a few things. Whilst I was going back and forth during the baking process, this is a cake for an anniversary cake for my pastor at church. And when I was initially trying to make this cake, I was centered on flavor, and I also wanted to exercise some sort of creativity around it. So I wanted to employ some piping techniques and make it an elaborate cake. But on a deep thought about it, buttercream is going to mask the authentic flavor of the cake. It's a caramelized apple cake with a twist. The caramelized apple was not derived the traditional way where you caramelize the apples over heat. I chopped the apples very small and chunky, and then I added them to Muscovado salted caramel, formed a paste, like a crunchy paste out of it, and then added it to the butter. What the result was a super moist cake that is subtly flavorful but without the intensity of salted caramel, but it's great tasting. So then I'm just thinking, if I cover this cake all together with buttercream, it is just going to take away from the rustic, authentic, salty caramel cake. So I went back and forth with myself thinking about it, and I thought the best thing to do is to just cover it slightly with buttercream ganache, just to kind of hold it together, and then tier it. It's a 2-tiered cake. Here's the second tier. So this is going to be a very semi-naked. If I had thought about what I wanted to do, I would have baked this differently, and ultimately it would have been a very rustic naked cake. My people at church love an uncovered cake, and that would be a thing. So I just wanted to put that across. There's Dolly in the chat. Dolly, how are you, my lovely? How are you today? Saturday, is it a busy day for you, my dear? What have you been up to? Great to have you. I'm just going to rush through this and show you. If you've been on this channel, you would have definitely seen me cover cakes with ganache. So this is not new, but because this is just a semi-naked cake, I just wanted to kind of bring you along the process so that you will see. The thing with the semi-naked cake is that it's almost like, it's not an excuse to make a sloppy cake, right? It's not an excuse to make a sloppy cake, but it is also so easy for you to get away with. Because I am not even expecting this cake to be covered completely. I don't mind a bit of cake showing, and if I can help it, as you can see, we are not even crumb coating it. If I can help it, I just wanted, essentially, it's because I couldn't think of how I could justify having it as I couldn't think of how I could justify it as anything. So I thought, okay, let's just have it as a semi-naked cake. But if I could help it, let's see. If I could help it, this would have been a completely naked cake. Right, I'm just trying to get the top. Remember, I am not trying to get full coverage. So the addition of buttercream ganache here is more about the leveling and the sizing of the cake instead. Let's see. And the problem is that if I'm being fully honest, I don't think I have enough ganache to waste anyway. That in itself is a problem I have to address. Oh God. Right, let's see. I hear you, Dolly. Dolly says she has just finished sorting her wedding cake tasters and launched her Valentine mini cake. So it's not been a busy weekend. Well, I hope you've managed to catch yourself some rest, my dear. Bobo?
I don't have the height.
Okay.
And I found it.
What did you find, Bobo?
How does this work?
What?
You promise you won't make this into a nightmare?
No.
I just need to clip one of my toenails here.
Okay.
Just
People,
one.
just bear with me. Okay, which one? Sit here for me. Just sit there. Show me.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, it's being irritating.
Okay, here. Okay. Yeah, I can see.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's fine. Let me just get rid of it for you.
Make sure not to get my skin. Please.
No, the goal is never to do that. That's why I'm taking my time. Just trust me. Trust me, yeah?
Let me see if it's
Yeah, I
fine.
got it.
Hey, I didn't say clip all of my toenails.
Because when you don't clip it, that's what happens. It shows up. Okay, this is not gone. No. Wait. Just trust me. I'm not going to hurt you. It's gone now. Yeah, it's all gone. All right. See you later. Love you. Oh, God. Sometimes you're going to have to do both, people. Steph, hello, darling. Right, so we've got the top cake right. I'm gonna try and clean it off because I need the ganache. I can't afford to waste it because I don't have a lot of it. Okay, yeah, there you go. All right. I can't afford to waste the ganache. Okay, there you go. Oh, can you see? Oh, I like how clean this is with just a minimal effort. Steph, how are you today? Okay, so let me just finish this work and I will kind of get in the chat so we can talk a bit more. Our new friend in the chat over there, thank you for being here with us. Just bear with me. Let me finish this here and then I will talk to you. So essentially this is the base cake. I'm not trying to do anything with it. If I really wanted to do more about it, I would add rustic fruits to it, but I am not trying to do that. So I have some flowers. Some pink flowers. Essentially, if I'm being honest, I just figured that I baked a cake that should have just been kept in its natural form. It is filled with toffee caramel and Swiss buttercream, you know. So it is really nice. but I just don't want to do anything that will take away from the flavor of the cake at all. So, and this is just, so this is my first time you can see me whisk through a cake so quickly. So the bottom is done. I'm just going to put that away now. Danai in the chat says, I would like to start baking more and work towards being good enough to sell. How did you start? Recipe books, classes. Danai, put your hand out in the chat if you're still with us. And then let me just get this cake in frame. This is the second tier, and then I will talk to you. Okay. So Danai is asking a question. How did I start? Okay, I'll get to how I started, but I normally say the experiences are very unique and varied. You just have to find the commonality and the connection point as a form of encouragement. So never mind how I started. The point is, where are you now, Danai? Where are you? I know the aspiration is to get better so that you can start selling, okay? But where are you now? Do you have a job and then you are also baking? And even if you're baking, have you just entered the baking scene where you are starting to bake? Have you always baked? Okay, because whether you've just started baking or you've always baked, as in you've enjoyed the activity of baking, the different transitional points of wanting to go from what you are doing now to becoming a professional who is putting your services out to customers, as in paid customers, is always going to be very unique and different to you, right? So where are you now? And even back to where you are at the moment, whether you've been baking forever, the moment you start thinking, I want to transition to making it into a business, at least I hope, there are still like some points of achievement. There is no one way. It's not a one-trick road, as in a one-trip road to go on, but there are things that can enhance your experience rather quickly for you. So for instance, if you're in the phase where you've always been a baker, so the subject of baking is not that scary to you, you know it by hand, at least you understand a few different recipes or that you have. Are you now already, are you in the phase of baking for friends and family? Because what is their feedback to you? Where did you get where did the thought process or the intention to think, oh, actually, this is good, I want to serve to customers? What inspired that? Because that is important to be able to kind of guide you through. Because a book, you can pick up a book and there are blueprints about how to start successful businesses. But I will always say the truth is, your experience is in the journey. What you can do though is you can take other people's experience and try and eliminate mistakes. But I tell you what, you are still going to make some mistakes in your journey because your journey is very unique to you. So before I even tell you about my experience, which I have done here 1,001 times, the question is, where are you in your journey? Mainly home baking. Okay, so mainly home baking at the moment. That's what you're doing. When we're talking home baking, have you just started baking, or you've baked enough? How many years have you been doing this? And have you got to the point where you do the home baking? Who is eating the bakes? Are we talking friends? Are you talking family? Has it come to a point where they are already asking, Danai, what are you doing? We want to pay for cakes. And even if you're not selling it to them, are you at a point where you are taking just enough? Okay, you probably aren't selling. You know what I'm saying here? You're not selling the cake because you understand you're not supposed to, or you're not feeling confident, but you are able to kind of charge just enough to cover the ingredient. You know that's not the price of the cake, but you are able to get something back to put towards ingredients so you can continue exploring and doing what. Where are you? Home baking, just try and elaborate that in the chat so that I can give you guidance. Because whilst I can tell you how I started, if how I started doesn't kind of create a common spot for you to understand how the journey is expected to be, at least, then there's no reason to share the story. Does that make sense? Okay. Yeah, I can see you said it makes sense. That's fine. So yeah, but about mine, well, I found bacon. I've spoken about this story time and again over here. Like basically, I'm not one of those people who says, "Oh, I started baking because my mom was a baker." That would be a lie. And if I bump my head and met a prince and try to change my story, come back and take this video and be like, "Gladys, stop lying," okay? Because that's not my story. Like my life, if life didn't bring me here, I probably would have been a teacher, like not a lecturer in a school somewhere, because I like to teach, but I don't like kids. You know, teaching kids takes a different level of patience, and I don't have it. So anyway, so I would have been a teacher, and if I could have afforded it and sacrificed the time, I'd probably be a journalist if it paid. And if it didn't pay, and I had the commitment and didn't get distracted along the line, I probably would have been a lawyer. You see, my life had nothing to do with what I'm doing today. But that's the beauty of life. You end up in a place where you're like, oh boy, I probably would have been a miserable liar. But I can tell you, I'm a happy baker. I love baking. So I found baking way along my life somewhere where I had no intention to, but here we are, okay? So... Denai says, that's funny because I'm a teacher. Welcome, madam. Miss Denai. These people here. Oh, well, teachers, you give a lot to these kids, okay? So God bless you, Denai. I have one kid. Trying to teach that kid is a hell of trouble. But thank you, teacher. All right. So Denai says, she's just baking for family. She's not yet at a point where she has to charge, but to get better. So I need to stretch myself. Okay, so tell me now, 3 items you're good at baking at this point. What are you good at baking? If it's a cake, let me know. If it's bread, let me know. Is it what exactly? And if it's cakes, what are your 3 main recipes you've baked so far where you feel like, oh, that's a good chocolate cake? Put that in the chat, right? Let's get on and try and cover this cake before I forget why I am here. Okay, I can't do both. I'm going to have to put this in the microwave a little bit. Banana bread, chocolate chip cookies, and carrot cake. Okay. So I am going to categorize. I'll come to this in a moment. Let me just... This is what you say miracles are made of. That's all the ganache I have. And if it runs out, I'm in trouble. Let's see. Okay. This better work. This is a story of 5 loaves and 2 fishes, okay? That is all I can tell you. Oh, it will work. It will work. Look, it has worked. It has worked. It has worked. Ooh. Okay, it has worked. So let me scrape this off quickly. And then I will talk to you, Denai. Because I can't do both. So Denai says banana bread, chocolate chip, and carrot cake. I will group the carrot cake and banana bread as one item, as in they fall under the category of cakes, even though they're 2 different things, right? And then the chocolate chip. So what's your favorite between the cake and the chocolate chips? Which one do you like the most? Do you like the cake better or the chocolate chip? Because cookies are a completely different thing, even though it's still considered baking. Cookies are a completely different item when you're thinking about them because when you want to make cakes, depending on what cakes you want to make, you're talking decorative elements. Whereas cookies, you only have to focus on a great recipe that yields a great tasting cookie. But with cakes, you have layers. You have to have a great cake, then you have to come to buttercream, and then you have to worry about the artistic aspect of it. I think that's done. I'm not going to do anything to this cake. I am not, okay? I am not doing anything to this cake. We are done. We are done, okay? We can put this cake together. So at this point, oh, hallelujah, I am done, okay? So we're going to leave this to set. This is in my cake decorating career, this is the laziest cake I have ever made, but hey, I am not even mad. Dawn is here. So Dana is talking about cake, right? Cake is your preferred item to bake. Dawn, Mama, welcome to the chat. How are you? Happy Saturday. Have we had our cheese and crackers today? Yet. Okay. I think just so that we can work at this quickly, I'm going to put this in the bigger fridge so that it sets, because I am hoping I can do and complete this right here whilst we're still talking. So let's go and put these in this is the 8-inch, this is the 6-inch. I'm going to put both in the big fridge so that they will set completely, and then we'll dowel and put this together. I don't know if we're going to get to decorating it whilst I'm talking to you, but if we get there, hey, that's good. But I also want to make time and talk to you, Danai. So Danai, hold it there. Let me go. Have I told you before I can't do both? At least I wasn't lying. Look at me. I stuck my finger in the cake. Okay, there we are. So let's go put that away, and then I'll be back talking to you. Bear with me. Here is one of the cakes we made yesterday. Okay. I can see Dawn says she had her cheese and crackers yesterday. Okay, darling. That is a lot of fun. Well, at least you're not sat here craving crackers and cheese, okay? Anyway, this is just for distraction, so that if someone gets in the chat, you know we are still cake making. Because then if you're sitting at a table with me, okay, and you held my hand in a corner somewhere, it's like, oh, I love to bake, and like you put in the chat, I want to stretch myself. Here's the simple answer: stretch yourself. There's no point sitting here and daydreaming, because life will life and life will happen. And if you're waiting for a perfect time, if you're waiting for a good day, that good day, it will never come. So vocalizing your intention right here in the chat, with the support of everybody in the chat here. Hear me when I tell you, sis, get up now, okay? Find you a consistent routine surrounding the subject of cake and stick with it. What does the routine look like? Now you're a teacher. I will imagine you have a lot of responsibility. Are you UK based? Because I am just going to try and walk you through this in a way that is not going to be overwhelming. But here is a note of caution. We are not very succinct over here. At least I am not succinct. I am very detail oriented, and sometimes I don't even know where to stop, okay? I'll go off on a tangent, I will come back, I will lose you, I'll come back, but stay with me, okay? Okay, so here's the thing. The fact that you're in this chat and you're like, oh, I want to stretch myself, means that this intention, this passion, this zeal you feel on your heart has always been there for as long as you can remember it, okay? So the fact that you've put it out in the world, in this dark place of the internet, tells me this is something you really, really, really want to do. So if you really feel that strongly about it, to come and vocalize it, get up and get on and do it. Okay? So find a consistent routine and stick with it. And the routine is important because you already have responsibility and a life that is lifing over here. And all those things require your commitment and attention. So if you are waiting to find the right time to pursue this thing, it will never come. Okay? You will seek promotion in your career as is. Promotions will happen, family life will change, commitment will come your way. Like life will be lifing, and your dreams will still be over here. And come another day, you'll be like, oh, I want to do this thing. So I'm cutting to the chase to say to you, find yourself a routine and stick with it. So if it's once a week, and you think, once a week, I'm going to go and watch that live video that Gladys does over there to encourage me to kind of pick up some tips. Stick with it. Once a week. It doesn't have to be 2 hours. It doesn't have to be 5 hours. Once a week, 10 minutes. If that's all you can give it, just start. So when you start, at the moment you like to bake a cake and you have already baked banana cake and you've baked a carrot cake, I would ask you, what is your intention surrounding these cakes? Are they the cakes you like? Because you'll find out that if you're trying to bake cakes for customers in the future, not all, you have to find a generalized recipe that works for everybody. So I will tell you, if you want to bake banana breads and carrot cake for yourself, that's great. But if for practicing purposes, you want to get some solid recipes behind you, and your solid recipes are your generalized vanilla cake, chocolate cake, and at least the red velvet. The red velvet is a standalone, like the extra thing. People love red velvet, but in my 10-year career as a cake maker, you know what I found? My generalized recipes consist of 5 menu items. And in the 5 menu items, the most consistently ordered recipe has always been vanilla and chocolate. Red velvet, I've had to kind of talk and convince a person or two, and then when they get a red velvet, they come back again and again. The lemon and cookies and cream, nobody cares. In 10 years, I can count on one hand how many times someone has ordered a lemon cake and cookies and cream. Okay, so stick with generalized solid recipes that you can turn around so easily. So at the moment, if your best cake is a carrot cake, that is for you. It's okay. If you love a banana cake, that is for you. Okay. But if you want to grow, you have to start doing something new, something that is aimed at where you are headed. So start with a vanilla cake, a solid vanilla cake. The good news is that you are here. And if you know something about this group, I have nothing to sell you, or at least I don't have anything prepped to sell you. So hear my heart when I say what I do here is serving people like you. Because once upon a time I was like you, where I was on YouTube trying to find the information. Was the information there? Yes. Is there information still available? Yes. But there are layers to that information, and that information still comes with some limitation. Because when you think about the way videos are edited for your consumption, sometimes the core of intention and ingredients and how they interact and all that overwhelm of important information that you would need to get your cakes right from the start is kind of shaved away. And what you have is the perfect process. So you will have, tell me if I'm wrong, if you're in the on YouTube and you find a creator who is amazing, besides some creators that I will personally vouch for, and I'll give you those creators during this recommendation. Like most recipes are like, okay, we're going to make a vanilla cake, and today I have what? I have flour, I have butter, you have 3 eggs, and so the mixer comes. You cream the butter and sugar. You don't know what sugar they are using. They told you caster sugar. But what kind of caster sugar? Because hello, did you know there was golden caster sugar? Did you know you could swap caster sugar for granulated sugar in certain recipes? Do you know why you have to cream the eggs for a certain period of time before you add the flour. All of this small information gets stripped away, and all you've seen is he started baking from stage 1 to stage 5. 10 minutes, he's done. And you go in the comments, the description box, you get the link to the recipe. You are now in your kitchen. First of all, you check the description for the ingredients, and they are in pounds and ounces and cups. And now you are sitting there trying to convert on ChatGPT. Okay, you're over there. So here's my thing. If you are going to start, I've just seen in the chat, you want to start over here on this channel right here. The chocolate cake I use for my business, okay? And my business, I am no different from the business, okay? I only ended up, look, let's not go on a tangent. The cakes you see me here are not for demonstration, okay? The cakes you see me here bake are cakes that I give. I have made customer cakes here. I have made, I've come back with the customer feedback. I have served people on this, people like yourself who watch me. I have sent box packages out to them from the cakes they've seen me. Why do I do that? I have nothing to sell you. The reason why I do that is for you, just so that when you land on the channel, the job is done for you. You know the recipe you are getting because you've literally watched me create the entire thing. You've watched me eat it right here, okay? And other people on who subscribe and watch me can vouch because I've sent like cake jars out to a few people. So my point is, if you're going to start with vanilla and chocolate, stick around because there's vanilla and chocolate recipes already on the channel. They are not just in long form, which is easy because it's easy and digestible over there in long form. In short form, if you are starting, ignore shorts. Shorts will not do anything for you because what's 30 seconds going to do? So stick with the live formats where you see me most of the time when I'm on a live talking about a recipe. I tell you my intention. I tell you why I am choosing the recipes. Like we are so long-winded, and all of that should give you what you need to go and bake a cake and get great results. So you know what, did I warn you we are long-winded? Oh yes, we are, okay? So if you've just put in the chat there that vanilla and chocolate are your targets, I'm going to stop here and tell you that you already have those recipes on this channel. So go get them. Go and bake these 2 cakes, come back next week or whenever you finish them, and let's take it from there on. Because then I will know that you really want to pursue this. Because otherwise, telling you how to get there will overwhelm you. Ultimately, have you already noticed this is getting low already? So, if your goal is to go and get a vanilla and chocolate, first of all, kudos to you. You've done well. You've come into the chat. You've expressed your intention. You've asked the question, seeking answers. Now you have made a decision that 2 cakes, which is vanilla and chocolate, are the one you're going to target at. So go do that, come back. At the moment, if you're looking for cake pans to assist you, consider PME. They are shallow bakes at 3 inches deep. That's all you need. You can pick a 6-inch or an 8-inch. You do 1 6-inch and 1 8-inch. These are the 2 things you need to start your baking journey. So good luck, go do that and then come back. If you ever come back, we will continue the guidance from, you went from baking your banana cake and your carrot cake to actually targeting 2 consistent recipes, which is chocolate and vanilla. And you went and you baked it and you think you had great results. And if you didn't have great results, come back, ask questions so that we can help troubleshoot those problems for you. And then when you nail those 2, we will then take it from there. All right? Good luck. Now, how often am I on the live? I will answer that in a moment. The people in my house are over here making noise. Sir?
Hello.
Okay. How are we doing?
We're good.
Daddy.
Daddy's off so he can get some sleep before the night shift.
Okay.
And catch some of the UFC event.
Rolls or bread?
You need what for your chocolate spread and stuff?
Yeah, because we don't have bread or Nutella. Or,
Okay.
or
Okay.
rolls.
Okay.
Don't
I
worry.
was really hungry
No,
this
when I
morning.
finish, we'll go and pick up that. Okay, we'll go pick up that. Let me just finish. We'll go pick up that. I promise you. Okay, we'll go pick up some rolls from
Okay.
Tesco. All
Yep.
right.
I gave some money
I
to
don't want
Mama.
to
She
get it
can.
from Tesco. I want to get it from Coop.
Okay. Yeah. So just say good night to Daddy as he's headed.
And Daddy, why didn't you get my twirls earlier?
I'll
Because
get the
you were
twirls
supposed to
for
come
you.
out with me to get the twirls, Rio. So I put
Yeah,
the-
but Mama, don't. Because I was
I know.
supposed to.
I'll get them for you.
Doesn't matter.
How does
I
that
put-
work?
Listen, I put the
Okay.
extra money in your drawer, right? If you need anything, there's money in your drawer. Come here.
Okay. Say good night to Daddy.
Did you have fun doing Coop?
I love doing cork, especially the role play, buddy. It's amazing. I love you, buddy.
Okay. Okay. You people all loved up over there. Right. Then I think that Dawn's answer to you is perfect. I'm here most of the time. I can tell you we are the consistent time of being here runs from Tuesday through Thursday, if you like, between 1 and 1:30 p.m. But because it's a live and I don't pre-schedule it, life happens and some days I delay it and sometimes I don't even show up at all. So the answer to your question is I'm here most of the time. And if you miss the live, you can catch up. You can watch on playback anyway. And just in case you don't want to get caught up with it, check my community posts for updates if I've posted. If there is a reason to announce being here or there's a change, I try to keep you posted in the community post. So keep an eye on it and turn on your notifications so that you are alerted to any post. But I try.
Just put it
I'll
on.
tell you what.
Just watch it and I'll see it in the history.
No, wait. I'll show you it on the computer.
Alright, come
Let
on
me
then.
show you the video.
You can just watch it and I'll see it in the history.
Yeah, people. So keep an eye, turn your notifications on so that you can at least be notified if there is a post. At the moment, there's a lot of change happening and stuff happening. So being here at a specific time is very hard for me, and so I can't even pre-announce my a live before, because if I woke up in the morning and I know a live is supposed to be at 1 p.m. and then live happens and that doesn't happen, it does kind of create a bit of inconsistency. So the best answer is I am here most days, if you like. For instance, all week I've been here Tuesday, Wednesday. Was I here on Thursday? Yes. But yesterday, for instance, yesterday was Friday. Yesterday, the live which goes at 1:30, I had to start early and then finish at 1:15 because I had other commitments. So the simple answer is I am here most days. Okay, I hope that helps. You are so welcome, my lovely. You are so very welcome. Good luck on your journey, okay? If you're passionate about baking, believe me, it will do more to you. It will do more for you than just selling a cake to a customer. I cannot begin to tell you how rewarding my I wouldn't say a passion, but the enjoyment of just the baking process and my curiosity to understand a recipe. I cannot tell you what it has done for me. And it goes beyond, like, selling cakes to customers is only a small aspect of business for me. And actually that is the part that I still struggle with, not because of the customers, but it's like at the end you hand the cake to the customer and that's it. It's not fun anymore. You see the joy in their eyes and the cake will be eaten and it will be memory and it will be gone. But if you enjoy the process, which is why you were doing it, if you're curious about what you are putting into the cake and what you want to get out of it, it will be fundamentally a rewarding thing for you before you even think about the customer. Do you see what I'm saying? So good luck. We hope to see you. And you know what? I am not the only voice here. Dawn, Dolly, and a few other people. In fact, most people who subscribe to the channel and are part of the community here are all passionate bakers in some form. You know, so you have a community of people who will support you, a community of people who will give you guidance on recipes, if you're having a bad day with a recipe not turning around properly, and a whole lot of things that will happens with baking. So welcome to the community, and I hope it proves valuable and rewarding for you. Good luck. I saw Dolly saying something about your red velvet turned out good today. I'm decorating it tomorrow. It's dome cake. Is that the doll cake, Dolly? So come and tell me what you did differently about this red velvet cake this time around. Because last time you went yielding the red color and we had a whole conversation about it. So first of all, which recipe did you eventually settle for? What did you do differently? But I'm happy that you got the results you needed. Excited for you. Okay. That's it. Our cake is still here. Let's go and have a look at the semi-naked cake we've put away. Whew. It's a lot, isn't it? You added more food color. Problem solved, isn't it? So what was stopping you from using the food coloring, dear? What was stopping you? Did you just think, were you following the recommendations as in the portion, or what was it? Because just adding food color is a simple solution to something that was really that bothersome, wasn't it? Let's just go and get the cake back. Let's go and get our cake back and see how we'll work this out. You bought the extra red sugar flare. Okay. Our cake is back. We need to dowel it. Have you seen me dowel a cake here before? Let's see. So to dowel a cake, normally, if you're a beginner, there's a whole process to doweling a cake. But I suppose I can get away with it a little bit. So let's see. I think what I need is, okay, I think I've got what I... You want to make sure when you mark it right. You were scared it was going to taste different if you added more color. Well, the truth is now you know, don't you? Normally when I want to dowel a cake up, I don't really recommend cutting the dowel in the cake because it just pokes a bigger hole. Okay, one simple way to do this. What I'm doing is the first one that I have cut, which is this one, I'm going to measure it against another dowel, mark it, and cut. Okay. Okay. There you go. Professor. Hey there. How are you? Right, this will be in the middle for sure. Okay, there you go. And then we need 2 more. I am fighting with my dowels. Who would know? Right. I am having a full-blown fight with my dowels over here. Right. So we have, for a 6-inch cake, one of the tips you want to do is, look, I would freehand this, but for the fact that you are here, I am kind of trying to do it right. So you want to get, normally I would use a card, but going to seek the card out is going to be a bit of a problem. So this is the 6-inch top that will go on it. So what I've done is I've just created a circle around the 6-inch here. And so and then I think I'm gonna have to do this and then measure it, because I've already look at that. How many dowels am I putting in? This I have 5 dowels, but for a 6-inch you can put up to 6. I have a center dowel and then there's 4 around, and that's because this cake doesn't require much. If this was like a heavier tier of a 6-inch, I will probably make a different consideration for it. So yeah, bear with me though. I went to look for something that I still have here anyway. So yeah, and then that's it. I am surprised by how easy this looks, but that it's supposed to be, isn't it? Because also, don't forget, the use of ganache makes this very easy. So there we have it. Who can tell something I have done very differently that I normally don't do? If you can take a wild guess about something I have done right here, if you paid close attention, you will notice something I do always that I didn't do here. Take a guess. Dolly is asking, did you add a long dowel in the middle to secure the top tier? Simple answer, not necessary for this cake. It's not traveling long. Church is about 15-20 minutes away from me. It's ganache. It's not a heavy tier. So the intention to central dowel to secure the top tier to the bottom is really not necessary. But should you know how to do it, just so that you can provide extra stability and secure your cake, of course you can. But like I always say, I think I have been pretty consistent over here, which is that understand why you are doing something, learn the proper way to execute that thing, and then work around it. Right? So yes, when you watch social media and the emergence of online tutorials, it's almost like it's a no-brainer that you were told to central dowel your cake all the time. And yes, the intention is good. It is because it will secure your cake. But if the cake is as small as this, and it's not as weighty. Plus I have the weather on my side. It's cold. On a warm weather day, you probably don't want to take the risk. So central dowel, but the answer here is no. I didn't central dowel, and I'm okay with that. So there we have it. It's a rustic lollipop is back. It's a rustic small cake here. Now what I am probably going to do is find, what am I looking for? Okay, I'll tell you what I don't know what I'm looking for, but I will try and tell you. Let's see. Okay. Lollipop is back. Lollipop, 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 lollipop. Right. I'll tell you what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to seal the card that is underneath this cake. I'm trying to seal it off because I am not putting a ribbon. Lollipop, don't apologize. I don't think I announced I was going to be here for sure. Yesterday I did say I was going to come back, but it's a Saturday. It's been a long day, and I normally don't show up on Saturdays anyway. So I don't think this is on you at all, Lollipop. You were so kind. Right. So the risk I took literally paid off, because the ganache I was working with, if you've seen it, there wasn't anything to work with, people. There wasn't anything at all. Okay, so what I'm doing is I am just applying a bit of texture. Okay, that is it. Now let's go. Let's see if I can. You were 25 minutes late. You were not late, Lollipop. You didn't know we were even going to be here, my dear. So don't worry about it at all. We are pleased to have you anyway. Right. Talk about a very simple and unfussy cake. Not every day you have to kind of aim for a perfectly stacked cake. Some days you just want to get through a cake that speaks to the intention. And the intention here is that I want them to have a lovely cake to eat. Not one I am really like stuck on trying to perfect so that it's so beautiful. No. Because I cannot remember anybody besides the obviously feedback I receive from customers. I don't remember anyone going, from customers I've heard, oh, that was a beautiful cake. But the people around me that I see, it's like, oh, that cake was good. So they care more about taste than it is a beautiful cake. So I am going to put my intention into making a beautiful cake, a well-presented cake that is great and tasty for them to eat. That's all. There you are. Lollipop having a bath and washing her hair. Look, that is peak peace of mind. Let me find my little scraper. Do I even want to scrape that? No. The texture adds to the character of the cake. Talk about lazy decorating today. Now let me see if I can get the flowers. Let me go get the flowers so we can just try and add it and just move on. Okay, but otherwise, yeah, that's a simply stacked cake. This cake will serve 24 to 30, both. So it's a small. Dawn is saying she didn't have a bath because she can definitely get in it, but she cannot get out. What are you smiling at, you? What are you smiling at? Sir? Is it man and child?
Catch tunes again.
Okay, we are back with some flowers. Okay, the flowers I have here are artificial flowers, and I have a selection of them left over from various decorative exploits and things I have done. So all I am trying to do, I'm trying to think, because I'm doing this in real time. So I'm trying to think about the best way I can put these together. I'm trying to think where. Oh yeah, I have think if this sat on the top, that would be a good thing. It will be easy. I won't have to do much to it. I'm just adding the flowers here. There you go. Okay. So as you can see, I have just put a small bouquet here. And okay. So what I'm doing is I am putting that together. Okay. You'll see how this is such a beginner friendly way to put flowers together, especially if you are not if you're not in tune with how to put a flowers together safely. So what I've done here is I have kind of like put it all together, and then I'm gonna get a floral tape. It's over here, so bear with me. Let me get a floral tape so that I can tape it away. I have a floral tape here. Auntie J. Can we see Auntie Jackie there? Auntie J. We promised you a cake and then we disappeared. Okay? Your cake is not forgotten. Life has just lived, because since we were last here, we had a massive order that I came back to complete. So that took us away from schedule. And then we had to recover from all that massive order. And ever since, we've been here. Okay? So your cake, your retirement cake, not forgotten. But we'll come back to it. Just let's hold it tight. How are you? Happy Saturday. Right, so what I've done is I have just put some floral tape to secure the exposed wire, so we don't have any exposed wire here at all. Right, next I'm going to get a dowel and I'm going to insert the flower in. Right, so I have kind of secured off any contact of the flower to the cake. That's what you can see here. This is falling out, but that just goes in here. So what I am going to do is snip that side off, and then we're going to just put that here, right? And then what we can do after is, if we want to fill it more, we can put this here, and this flower has a toothpick in it, right? We can fill that here, and essentially it's the laziest cake I have ever made. We want to dedicate a cake that is specifically made for Auntie J. So Auntie J, we know you don't want to be bothersome and you haven't asked us, okay? But we want to do it. But we want to do it in our own time too. So don't you worry. It's good to have you back though. So there we have it. It's a very simple cake. What do you think? Should we have done anything else? Is that I'm going to create a what do you call it, a happy anniversary label and attach it. But otherwise, should we have done anything else? What do you think? This is the simplest cake I have ever decorated, and I've decorated a lot of cakes, but this is so simple and not much. There you go. That could make a simple wedding cake. That could make a really simple wedding cake if you wanted to make a cake and you're a beginner. There you have it. Okay? So we eventually made the cake. I am so excited about this. Look at that. Kind of feel like I got there in the end, because what do you think? Let's rate our cake. The lazy cake we've decorated. Rate it. Let's wipe that. See how easy it is to put a cake together. There you go. A very simple rustic cake, semi-naked, with flowers atop. Not much to do. Where is the front? Here is the front. Okay, so the cake is facing you as it would. Simple yet pretty. Auntie J, thank you. There's a question. Glad. Let's see. Let's see. I think questions about. Could you probably just ask here? Cake is amazing. Thank you, everyone. Oh, look, I am glad everybody is okay. Today we are such a small and intimate group. Dawn, did you have any question for us? Come on, go ahead. Just ask the question. We'll answer it. Long-winded, albeit. We'll still answer it. Cake is amazing. Thank you. Lollipop. Lollipop, how are you? Oh, people, let's no, I was thinking about somebody and then it caught my mind. I don't know. Yeah, that's okay. Don't worry about it.
Mama,
Yes, baby.
come up. There's something important.
Hi, darling. You know, I am on the live. Come and talk to me. Yeah? Come here.
No, I can't move because of it.
Okay. We'll see. Right, what is it?
Come then. Because I don't want to hurt it.
Okay. What is it?
See, this right here,
Mhm.
it's been appearing nearly everywhere on my body. First my cheek, then my back, and now this here.
Yeah, it's friction that causes it's a blister. But leave it. Don't
What's
play.
a blister?
A blister is when you have like little things grow on your skin sometimes. Yeah, people, don't go ahead. There's no question I can't answer, and if I don't know the answer, I'll come back and tell you. But yeah, simple and beautiful. Thank you. It's a very simple case. So go ahead, ask the question. We'll go. I'll answer it. You know, I mean, we are pretty open here. Okay, so go ahead. But our cake is actually very. Oh, do I have a PO box? Have you got a P? No, I did check into that a little while ago. I did look at getting a PO box just because it was a conversation that came up. First of all, I'll tell you this. I was honestly, I was a little insecure about get a PO box. Who do you think you are? Like, who wants to send you anything? I know it goes beyond that. It's a logistical thing. It's business related, all that stuff. And sometimes just genuinely for why anybody will get a PO box. But I was initially just caught on, oh God, that's like putting yourself on a pedestal. So I was very insecure about it. But then I came to the idea of, you know what, if this is a thing, I would love to kind of like get a PO box. And then I checked Royal Mail. And how much you have to pay to get a PO box was just an unjustifiable expense at the time. So I didn't pursue it. And now that I am in transition, like obviously I've spoken about the fact that I will be moving home in the short to medium term future. So I'm like, if a PO box does come up, I don't want to get it now. Because most likely when I do move, it is likely to be a sort of, for the longest time, a permanent settlement for a little chunk of time before I think of anything else. So then when I do, a lot of changes will happen. The business will be more set now, because at the moment, if you feel the inconsistency, it's because my life is feeling inconsistent. Okay, living in boxes and not knowing whether today is the day that you get to put your leg out and be like, okay, that's the end of my last day here, is a thing. So besides the fact that I did check the PO box and how to get it, I didn't pursue it. If it at the moment, it's not a thing, but if it is likely to be pursued, it won't be now. And that's simply because I'm on the move. When I do then settle and I'm set up properly, I am likely to get a PO box, and then we'll see. So that's a long-winded answer, darling. Okay. No. Move from the current address. Move to Ghana. If I move to Ghana, I won't be on YouTube, okay? Because that internet over there, no. I'm moving homes, as in, yeah, this place I'm downsizing because life has happened, and landlord, we don't own the property we live in. We've lived here for a long time, and our landlord has been so gracious and so nice. We lease from a landlord through what the Americans will call a realtor. We call them estate agents. So yeah, the landlord has expressed an interest to sell, and yeah, between all of that and the change in life circumstance, my feet is literally on the move, sort of. So yeah. No, if I went to Ghana, I would kiss you goodbye, because whoo, the internet. And the weather is not the influencing factor for being on YouTube. But if I went to Ghana, look, that place is lit. Have you seen Dirty December? Dolly, come and defend yourself. I will be out here having fun. I don't think in that scorching heat, I want to be making a cake. And I've already told you, if I'm not making cakes or I'm not talking cakes, it's unlikely you will see me on YouTube, because I have nothing else to share. Okay? No, so. Oh. Yep, I'm sure Lollipop has a WhatsApp, honey. Lollipop, you do. Come on. So yeah, let's sort that out. But yep, here is our mini cake. But anyway, this Saturday, it's nearly 8 p.m. people. What are you doing? It's 8 p.m. UK time. I know for Jackie and the rest of you, it's still like, is it late afternoon? Winter storm. Oh, I hope you are keeping safe though, because that stuff can be very, very scary. So Auntie Jackie, you and the family, I trust everybody is keeping safe and looking after yourselves. Ooh. Over here, it has been very cold here today. Lollipop, what's the is it, how warm or cold is it in the degrees? Is it 9 degrees -2? Because it has been so cold. I haven't stepped out of the house today. I haven't. Nine degrees. That's cold, right? Is it supposed to be a winter sort of cold? Look, we do not know what the weather is doing in England here. But you know what? Any day we can drink tea and we can make cake and we can have fun. So we don't know what we're still doing with the Valentine sort of cake, but at least we've made a rustic cake over here. 19 Steph, it's 19 degree F at yours, isn't it? It's not 19 degree C. Because 19 degree F is different. What day am I making the book cake? Dolly, that's the question. That's $1 million question. I'm not sure, because at the moment the customer is over there. They need to confirm some specific details for me, and they've delayed. So I don't know what they are doing, and depending on where they are at, I don't know if I want to put myself through the stress of getting a last minute order. So I don't know yet. It may or may not happen, but when it does, I will let you know. I'm sure I will add you somewhere and let you know that it's back on. But either way, right now, I don't know yet. And even the chance that even if I do get to take the order, there's also the chance that it might just, the time will be so crunched that I might not be able to make it into a live. That happens, you know. So I'll keep you posted about it. That is supposed to be next week some point. Yeah. So I'll keep you posted about it. But people, that was what your okay, so let's make a book cake. That was your final cake, a book cake. What book was it? What for? What was the theme? Was it like for an anniversary, a wedding, like a birthday? What was it for? Because we have one next week to make, but I still don't know when it is likely to happen and whether I am going to even make it on a live. So oh, a fairy tale baby shower. Oh, Auntie Jet, I want to see a photo. I bet it's so pretty when you think about a book cake. I was just looking about book cake inspirations and there are some beautiful ones. Oh my goodness. I love me a nice book cake. I love me a nice book cake. So, yep. Saturday, we have finally done our anniversary cake, which is very simple to put together. I love this cake for its simplicity. Your engagement anniversary is on 13th. Lollipop, you know when I read your message and I've got a grin on my face, you know what I'm thinking? Okay, glad, stop it. Because now, Lollipop, you are bad. Because I'm like, Lollipop, you know there are better presents than a cake, though. Lollipop, I don't think that man wants cake. Okay. Glad it stopped. Okay. Whew. Okay. Class is back, people. Class is back. Lollipop wants to make a cake for her. Lollipop wants to make a cake for the anniversary. Okay. We'll see, darling. Don't you worry. Don't worry. Okay. I am sure you will figure something out. All right. Don't encourage me. Dawn is like, we are all thinking the same. Lollipop, listen to Dawn. Don't listen to me. Okay? Dawn is the grandma. She's seen it all. She knows better. So listen to Dawn. People, my my head hurts. But when you have a scarf on and you're being silly. Lollipop, I always bring cake. It's just going to invite a lot of curious questions. Okay? Anyway, people, class is in session. Class is in session. Let's all behave. Okay? Let's all behave and trust that for those of you, Auntie Jackie, you oh Mary, okay, Mary, oh Mary, you're amazing. Mary just came and got us out of the filthy mindedness that we're in. Okay, Mary, thank you. We love you. Thank you. We made this cake, Mary. Thank you. It's a very simple cake. But yeah. Lollipop said. Auntie Jackie. People stop. Stop. Jackie says cake by the ocean. Okay. Oh God, I cannot read the comments and feel so innocent. I just feel so I just feel like I have just my spirit has been invaded in a way because comments by the ocean, like cake by the ocean. What cake? Don't answer that. That's just by the way, okay? Oh, you were set up for that joke. Of course you were. It's a lovely cake. Yeah. People, it's all right. It's all right. Let's enjoy your Saturday. Happy baking. I will be in my sofa laughing my head off. I'll see you on the next one.